Hello, I am Phoenix Tremaine, and if you haven't subscribed to me, please take a minute to do so. I'm going to be doing lots of entertainment news, movie reviews, TV reviews, and also letting you know about the different productions that I do with my production company. Hopefully you'll be subscribing to UnitedCreatorsNetwork.com and seeing all the wonderful things I do, and the people who submit to my website, UnitedCreatorsNetwork.com. I do profit sharing if you have a web series that you want to add to our network. But you are here to find out about the divorces on Married to Medicine. I'm a fan of Married to Medicine, and I'm actually not shocked. But not one, not two, but three of the women are basically heading to divorce court. You know, two are confirmed and one is well on their way. So I don't know how this will affect the show. I mean, Real Housewives of Atlanta, you know, most of them aren't housewives. So, you know, I guess you don't have to be married to medicine to be on the show, technically. But, yeah, it's going down. And I'm going to be adding my normal commentary to it. But first, I'm going to read the official note interview of what happened. So basically, Alexander Rogers, I'm giving him credit, went live. I got a notification on my phone. Alexander Rogers was live with Married to Medicine news that somebody was getting divorced. So I had to run over to my computer real quick and see what he was talking about. He was like, he's getting the news from people.com. So I was like, okay, well, let me find it. So went online and on people.com, the whole story is there. I'm going to read it to you. The writer was Dave Quinn, so I'm giving you your props for getting this exclusive for people. And now I'm going to report it to you. Here it is. I'm going to read it to you. Now, you know Simone is long-winded, so she had a lot to say. 3 pages of this is Simone. 1 page is the other girl, and then half is another one. So, Married to Medicine, Simone Whitmore is divorcing husband Cecil. She says, "I am done." Another Married to Medicine couple are going their separate ways. OBGYN Dr. Simone Whitmore, 50, and her husband Cecil Whitmore, 51, are divorcing. People can report exclusively. The pair, who share sons Miles, who's 19, and Michael, who's 15, first met while students in Spelman College. They've been married for 21 years, and if you watched the show last year, they went to, I think, Hawaii or somewhere with a beach, and for that 20th anniversary, it brought the whole cast. Simone revealed the news to her Married to Medicine co-stars Thursday in New York while filming the Season 5 reunion, which airs on Bravo this March. Prior to the taping, she told People that she had decided to end their relationship, filing for divorce in October of 2017. She said she plans to have the paperwork finalized when she returns to Atlanta. "There was no if here." Oh, this is her quote. "There was no if here. There are no games. I am not pretending. I am done." She said, "I have reached a place where I am in a marriage where I do not feel loved, and no sacrifices are being made to make me feel loved. I must move on." I got some stuff to say about this too, so hold on. As a viewer, I'm going to tell you my thoughts on Cecil and Simone's divorce, and I would have divorced the chick a long time ago, but they don't want you cussing on YouTube, so just know I actually meant the B word. The longest married couple in Married to Medicine, Simone and Cecil, have been open about their marital struggles this season. While they were inseparable in their early days, they drifted apart, even staying at 2 separate houses. "We're in a place where we're arguing over basic SHIT. Now, I didn't go for the full quote because I watched the show. You've probably seen the show, but it was the quote from her confessional. But the main thing is, she said, "We're in a place where we're arguing over basic, you know what." Though the decision to go to therapy made it appear like things between the two were on the up and up, Simone told People Their fighting got worse when the Married to Medicine season wrapped. It looked like we were improving. The problem is we should have continued counseling and we did not. She said, we let life take over. We were busy over the summer with basketball tournaments, traveling and getting Miles ready for college. We should have kept marital counseling as a priority, but we let the ball drop. The final straw came about a month after Miles began college. Cecil and I had a disagreement, she recalled. We were trying to talk through it with sometimes tense, sometimes normal negotiations and process. See how she talked about her marriage and having a discussion with her husband, referring it to as negotiations? Like I said, I got some commentary to go with this story. And he woke up on Saturday morning. We had a blow up. I knew that day that my marriage was over. I knew the shit was over like 3 seasons ago. But let me get back to the article. My marriage had ended, she added. I could no longer deal with the stuff he was dishing. What about the stuff you was dishing? But anyway, since then, Simone has turned to castmates Dr. Jackie, I'll explain in a minute. Since then, Simone has turned to castmates Dr. Jackie and Toya Bush. Toya Bush? I know she got teased in school. Toya Bush Harris for support. She and Cecil have remained on very friendly terms, Simone says, and can speak together and be around each other without any problems. Still, Simone thinks that her fellow Married to Medicine stars will be surprised by the news, as will fans. I'm not surprised. I've seen the show. Y'all not even in the same house. Okay, I'm reading it. Can't do my commentary. I know Cecil and I look like a fun couple. No, you didn't. To everyone on the outside. But it takes more to make a marriage work, she said. One of the things I was most proud about on the show was the realistic portrayal of black love. What? You call that black love? You won't even sleep with the man or give him some Okay, that ain't black love to me. You gotta take the nut, girl. So, she said, one of the things I was most proud about was to show the realistic portrayal of black love of all of the married couples, showing America the real ups and downs of raising families. And sadly, divorce is 50% in this country. Mostly, she wants those watching to know she feels empowered by her decision. As a successful woman who truly loves herself, I almost said something. I will continue to make sure that I empowered myself. Simone explains, divorce is nothing that anyone should be feeling sorry for me because I am looking forward to a new chapter, a new life, a new beginning. Life has so much to offer me. I have always been a go-getter, and I am going to continue to be a go-getter and to strive for the very best that life has to offer. If it goes through, this will be the first divorce in the Married to Medicine cast, though another is on the horizon. So, before I move forward, can we talk about Simone and Cecil? The things that, from a man's point of view, watching this, where Simone showed no sex appeal. Simone does not give head, which she said on the show. And Simone only gives him some on special occasions. So if you only giving it up for like his birthday and maybe the anniversary, what you think this man gonna do? And how you think he gonna feel? Like, you want him to show you love, which you've said several times on your confessional or to Jackie or whoever. But then when you see them in scenes together, you know, because she's the woman, they try to kind of lean things in her direction. But I watched a show with one of my male friends, and we both look at each other like, really? Really? Now, my biggest clue that this marriage was in trouble when they had the North House and the South House. And I said, they ain't got no North House and South House. That's called separation. Y'all separated. Okay? You're paying all that money for two houses. It's not because one was closer to work. Okay, we'll get to that with the third chick who's claiming that's her reason for separating from her husband with more than one residence. But, I knew at that point that the marriage was over because, they didn't even know what was going on in each other's lives. They're so separate. Maybe they played that game for the kids, or maybe they played that game for the cameras. But, Simone was doing her thing. Cecil was doing his thing. I'm sure he's got another woman. I'm sure if he ain't got another woman, he got a side chick, he got a bunch of chicks, he got something going on. But when you got a wife that won't give you none and won't even give you head, and this has been like decades, like this has been going on and on and on, eyes wander, hearts wanders, genitals wander, things happen. That's part of your closeness of being a couple, and sex is not everything, but it is a big deal. So satisfying your husband should be a priority, just like him satisfying you should be a priority. But you had daddy issues, and that was holding you back, and I think there's one really big elephant in the room. I could be wrong, but I've been saying for at least 2 seasons, maybe 3, that I think Simone is a lesbian. That's right, I said it. I think Simone is a lesbian. Not bi. Didn't she play basketball in college or high school or something? No. Hey, I ain't gonna go there with stereotypes, but I've always felt that her friendship with Jackie was a little more than just friendship. Honestly, it's been an ongoing running joke. I don't know these people personally. I don't know if it's true. Simone might be straight as an arrow. But just watching the show, having Gaydar, me and my friend, we had this running joke. There's so many times where Simone and Jackie look at each other. They talk without saying a word. They just talk with eyes. They do a lot of things. There's a lot of closeness there. And I know that friends can be close. I have close friends. I have friends that, male and female, that I can talk to without saying a word. There's a certain closeness there. But when you factor in, not wanting to give your husband none, and it's not like they said he cheated or something like that. Some reason she's having, female issues. No. It's just that I just feel that somewhere my intuition is telling me that, Simone would like Jackie to be more than just a friend, and I think she'd be cool with it. And, I think Jackie may not be opposed to the situation. I'm just saying, but I think Jackie probably could be a little bi. It's just an opinion. It's not a fact. It's just my opinion. I'm just throwing it out there. Which brings us to the second divorce. So, the second divorce that People Magazine says is on the horizon. Jackie Walters also filed for divorce from her husband, Curtis Berry, back in April, just 3 days after learning he had a mistress in a headline-making affair. Walters didn't blame herself for Berry's actions. Now, here's Jackie's quote. "I have refused to own any right to the choice that Curtis made," she told People exclusively in November. "I firmly think infidelity damages a relationship because there are a host of conditions and qualifications and considerations that you have to go through and ask, what is it that got my significant other to that place?" Saying significant other is usually a sign of bisexuality. It's just kind of the way, or gay. It's just kind of the way, it's just the way, this is what you do. So, I'm just saying, I could be wrong. Maybe. So I own none of it. Infidelity to me is a choice. I cannot make you make a choice. You choose to respond. Nobody made you respond that way. So when it comes to Jackie and Curtis, I saw Trouble on the Horizon a long time ago. Seeing these different arguments. Jackie and Curtis are in two completely different places in their life. Jackie wants a family. She wants children, even if they're, well, she can't have children, but she wanted a foster kid or adopted kid or something. You know, Curtis is retired or retiring or getting into a retirement mindset, and he doesn't want kids. He doesn't want a home in, you know, he doesn't want a big home. He wants a condo. He wants, you know, he's getting ready to settle down. He doesn't want, in, I don't know what age they are, but they're probably in their 50s too, like to be thinking about high school and college and elementary school and little kids running around or whatever. And I felt sorry for Jackie because of her two cancers and her inability to have kids, and being a gynecologist, bringing all these kids in the world, and then you're not able to have your own. I mean, you know, most of us ready to cry, or people probably did, you know, at Jackie's pain and wanting family fulfillment, you know, which he can do with a woman, but we're not going to go there. And then Curtis not being on the same page, like, you're always working, you know, because I'm not giving you what you want, because you'll slow down if we have kids in the house, but because I won't do that, you know, you're never here. You're always on call. You're always at the hospital. You're always taking extra shifts. So, you know, I want a wife. I'm not trying to retire by myself, and I'm sure Curtis had a lot of loneliness built up, which led to him eventually cheating. That woman showed him the attention he was looking for while his wife was out birthing babies that weren't theirs. So I can see both points of view, you know, of what tore them apart. And I do think Jackie is in part to blame on him wandering, because they weren't on the same page. I don't think it's solely her fault, because he should have left her, or he should have ended it, or, you know, he should have had a discussion. I think he should have gave her a kid. I think he should have split the difference, said, look, there's lots of kids out there that need to be adopted. They're looking for a family. How's about we get a 10-year-old? That way, I can still retire, and you can still have a young person that you can raise and love and say, this is my daughter or son. You know, he could have done it that way. She didn't need a teeny tiny baby, you know, that for the next 20 years in your 70s, then you got to put a kid through college. So they didn't have to go that route, but he should have made some sort of compromise that allowed her, especially in her situation where she's had cancer and can't have kids of her own. And I think he has kids already. So she, as her husband, as her man, he should have found a way to compromise and come together with Jackie to give her what she wanted. And then Jackie would have in turn been home more, maybe give him what he wanted, which is more of her time, which would have to be managed, because he probably was also looking at the possibility of, if a kid is brought into a home, then Jackie's attention will go to the kid and not to him. It's a complicated situation, but if you love somebody, you figure it out. He said no kids. You know, she said, I want kids. He said no. She finally caved. She looked miserable. She was 100% unhappy. But I can tell Jackie is the kind of woman that, given the right circumstances, would cater to her husband and be all over her man and do whatever he needed to be done in the field. And I know she's probably got a little freak in her too. So they just hit that crossroads, and they just didn't take their journey together. So I'm not saying it's all his fault. I'm not saying it's all her fault. I'm saying that when it was time for them to compromise, they didn't. and now divorce court's on the horizon because, truth be told, he's going to cheat again. Because right now he got caught, but he's still going to be unhappy. He's still going to be having the same issues. She's still going to be working. You know, sure, you feel bad about cheating in the beginning, but if the problem is still there, once things calm down, it might be a year, it might be 2 years later, but eventually he's going to get another side piece or the same side piece. You know, it's going to go down that way because that issue that they have not resolved hasn't gone anywhere. So now that we talked about Jackie, we're going to get now to this third person. Y'all know who this is. Okay, it ain't a shocker. Now, I knew since season 1 this marriage was doomed. It was just a matter of time. So, the next info doesn't come from People Magazine. It comes from straight from the A website and an interview that Quad did on the Griot. That didn't shock you all, did it? So now, let's talk about the third potential divorce on the horizon. If you watch the show, you know who it is. That's right, it's Quad. She and Dr. G are now living in separate homes. Sound familiar? She is saying that the separation is because she is taping the Sister Circle. That's a talk show that she's doing on TV1 in early morning at 7 a.m. And the drive from her home in Midtown Atlanta is too far with Atlanta traffic, so she got a place closer to her job, and that's why they're living separately. BS. Simone and Cecil were living separately, had separate homes, and I said, they just doing that for the show and for the kids. They are not together. They are separated, headed for a divorce. And bam, there you go. Now, Quad is doing the exact same thing that Simone did by getting a separate residence. We've seen on the show all of the friction that's been going on between Dr. G, Greg, and Quad. Now, for the life of us, most of it has been like, he wants a family, he wants a baby. Quad's like, here's a puppy. So he's like, I don't want no puppy, I want a baby, I want a human being. She's like, I'm not ready for that. So, I'm going to do my commentary on what I've been thinking since season 1. And I think she'll probably get the divorce now that she see other people getting divorced. I bet Quad thought she was going to be the first one. Not so fast. And you know Mariah just sitting laughing at all this stuff because she's still married to her husband, living in her big old house. You know, she said she's working on her own show. That she's working on a deal to get her own show. I don't know if it's on Bravo. But Mariah says she's working on her own TV project. But that's a whole nother video. On a video interview on the Griot website, Quad Webb Lunsford says that she is not ruling out divorce from her husband Greg. Quote, I'm definitely not going to be a person who is unhappy. Divorce is very tough, but there's nothing that's more important to me than my happiness. She says, I really don't think there's anything in this world that would make me sacrifice my happiness. Not a job, not a friendship, not a marriage. It's just unfair. Life is very short-lived, and it should be filled with love, joy, and happiness, not stress and anguish and misery. As for the kids, she said, because you know she won't give him a kid, I desperately would love one day to have at least one child, Max being 2. That's her dog. But it would be unfair for me to bring a child into this world in a household where we're not seeing eye to eye anymore. This story was reported back on December 21st on the Straight from the A website. The quotes came from the Griot. So, here's my take on Quad. Gold digger. That's just how I felt from episode 1, season 1. When you looked at Quad and her relationship with the doctor, she looked like she wasn't attracted to him. She looked like she didn't want to be in that house. She looked like she didn't want nothing to do with him. But he's the reason why she's on TV. She's the reason why she's not on the hood. You know, in the hood, you know, Mariah said she was homeless at one point, which Quad denies. And, you know, she found a guy. She found a doctor. She turned him out because Quad is sexy. So she turned him out. You know, my friend, we were watching the 90s episode where that new doctor, Contessa, had that boring ass 90s party with the horrible liquor. And I don't even drink, and I knew that wasn't good liquor. And, you know, her nanny that runs her, she doesn't run a nanny. And that horrible party that looked like she went to Party City in a dollar store to put it together. But anyway, I knew then, whatever Quad was wearing, my friend nearly fell out of his chair looking at her butt, telling me, hurry up and rewind, I gotta see that again. So, yeah, Quad's sexy. She knows she's sexy. She was sexy with the whole Dr. G party where, you know, she was doing the whole Caribbean thing. I mean, she's a good looking woman. And I think she's, and I'm not mad at her. When I say she's a gold digger, you'll hear me say in other videos, especially in my talk show, like, there's nothing wrong with a gold digger. You know, to me, that's just, you got certain standards. And, you know, to me, you can be a good gold digger, you can be a bad gold digger. A good gold digger is just somebody who sees someone who has money, a home, a car, whatever it is, and she or he wants to upgrade themselves. So I say gold digger because you don't want anyone that's bronze or, you know, broke. You know, you're looking for gold, platinum, maybe silver. I think Dr. G's silver. And, you know, he upgraded her. And because of him, she was able to get this opportunity to be a wife married to medicine. And, you know, now that she has opportunities, she's got the cookbook coming out. She's got the Sister Circle talk show, even though the ratings are horrible and it probably won't get renewed. You know, she probably has other things on the horizon. And she needs to work on her interview skills, too. I've only seen clips of the show. And, like, when I think it was The Way You Make Me Feel, Home, Stephanie Mills. They were interviewing Stephanie Mills, and I was like, that is not how you interview a person. You're interviewing her like a fan. You gotta interview her like a reporter. But anyway, Stephanie ran it, so she got her point out. But, I mean, I used to write for a newspaper, and I've done talk shows and lots of stuff, so I should have been the one interviewing Stephanie Mills. God rest her soul. You know, I interviewed Aaliyah way back when her mother screamed on me, but that's a whole nother story because I said the wrong thing. But they set me up. I didn't know about her and R. Kelly or the situation, but my editor said, ask her about R. Kelly if they were married. And I did like a dummy, not knowing what I was talking about. And so her mother, you know, got mad at me, and Aaliyah calmed her mother down and just said it was a hard time in her life and she doesn't want to talk about it. She's moved on. Let's talk about the music, because she had just come up with the album If You're a Girl Only Knew. That I forgot to name the album, but it's just one with If You're Only Girl Only Knew on it, and Rock the Boat and all that. But yeah, she was very nice. So I'll just say about Leah, she was very nice. She had a great spirit. I've only met her one time, but, you know, of the celebrities I did get to interview when I was working for the newspaper, I can say she wasn't the nicest one, but she was one of the nicest ones. I had a couple of other celebrities I interviewed that were, like, really nice, you know, and made me feel like, you know, we're about to go out or something. So, but that's a whole nother thing. So, Quad, I feel that she upgraded herself by finding a man who had some things, but she never intended to stay, which is why she didn't have children. I don't know this, I don't know her, I don't know him, but I always believed that, you know, she would always leave him once she had her own thing. Having a Sister Circle, having this cookbook coming out, it probably empowered her to want to get a place and want to start making that move to leave. And of course, having the show Married to Medicine, you know, and being one of the major draws to Married to Medicine, even if she leaves Married to Medicine or get kicked off Married to Medicine, there's a really good chance that somebody would give her her own reality show, or she could go on somebody else's. So, but I don't think that having children and staying with Dr. G is in the cards. And I think he's done with her too, based on some of it looks staged, but based on, you know, the arguments they've been having this season, he looks done. He looks more done than Simone. I mean, Simone said she was done, and she looked like she was done a long time ago. But, you know, Dr. G looks like he's ready to find a new woman and move on, or a new man. I'm just saying. There's rumors. I ain't trying to start nothing, but I wouldn't be shocked if, you know, it was a man, not a woman. But, oh well. Even Quad on the show has made little sly remarks that people I know caught and was like, oh man, she's throwing shade to her own husband and insinuating that he is gay. But I didn't catch it. My friends actually caught that one. But I don't know if he is or if he isn't. Shit. You know. So, but it is Atlanta. That's all I got to say about Married to Medicine. Hopefully you enjoyed this little commentary and this update on this shocking 1, 2, 3 divorces. Quad's not divorced, but they look well on their way to it. They're already separated. That was step 1 for Simone. And Simone and Jackie, you know, on the show, as it stands now, she looks like she's trying to work her way to possibly reconciling. But if Simone gets divorced, Jackie may be right behind her. So, and she might literally be right behind her. But I ain't trying to start nothing, because I don't know these people. I'm just commenting as a fan of the show. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. You'll get more commentary, more entertainment news. I think I'm going to wrap up the night. I was going to do my Black Lightning one later tonight, but I'm getting tired. I have a fitness client coming in probably a half hour. What time is it? You know, my phone's in the room. But I have a fitness client that should be here soon. And my next video is going to be Toni Braxton and the Essence Music Festival, who they announced as their headliner, and all the other acts that are going to be there. And I'm actually thinking about going, so I got to decide. You know, I want to get my tickets early. But I might actually go to Essence Music Festival this year. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But this is an amazing list. So we'll talk a little bit about Toni Braxton. Nothing major, but, you know, she does have some things going on. And I will talk to you soon. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. I have 2 channels, Web Series and Movies, and Phoenix Tremaine. Thank you for watching.